Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into a huge shakeup in the hotel world. If you think you know the travel industry, well, think again. The post-pandemic boom is officially over, and by 2026, the game is going to have a whole new set of rules. So we're going to break down exactly what that means for everyone. All right, let's just get right into it. You know that massive travel surge everyone was talking about, that revenge travel boom? Well, it's pretty much done. The industry isn't just riding a simple recovery wave anymore. Nope, it's navigating what you could call a perfect storm of economic pressures. And this new era is forcing something that people in the industry are calling a hospitality reset. It's establishing a completely new reality for hotels, and it affects everything from the penthouse suites all the way down to the back office. So, what does this new landscape actually look like? Well, it's a mix of rising costs, growth that's kind of stalling out, and a really fundamental shift in what travelers actually want and, maybe more importantly, how much they're willing to pay for it. The easy wins are definitely over. All these pressures are creating what we're calling the big squeeze. And to really get it, we need to look at the numbers. Get a load of this number: $48 billion. That is basically a ticking time bomb for the U.S. hotel sector. It's the amount of debt that's coming due in 2025 and 2026. See, these were loans taken out when interest rates were super low, and trying to refinance them now, it's going to be incredibly expensive. And you can see that financial chill spreading. This drop in investment is a huge red flag. In just 1 year, the amount of money changing hands for hotel sales fell by $1 billion. It means buyers are getting nervous, and they're starting to demand bigger discounts to take on the risk. This whole slowdown isn't just happening at the corporate level either. Just look at us, the consumers. Household spending growth is clearly losing steam, dropping from 5.7% down to 3.7%. And it makes sense, right? With credit card debt hitting record highs, people are really starting to think twice about their travel budgets. So what happens when you put all this economic pressure on travelers? Well, the travel market is splitting right in two. That middle ground is just kind of vanishing. And this brings up a really fascinating question. How are different kinds of travelers adapting to this new world? Because the answer shows this incredibly stark divide. On one side, you have what's being called the transformational traveler. Get this, six-figure bookings are up 26% year over year. These are the people booking African safaris and chartering yachts, those once-in-a-lifetime trips. But then, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you have the budget-conscious traveler, who's driving a 5.2% revenue growth in the economy hotel sector, looking for value above everything else. And this quote, man, it just perfectly captures the mindset of that high-end market. The pandemic really shifted people's perspectives. For these affluent travelers, someday is right now, and they are investing big time in making memories. Because of all this, what people expect from a hotel stay is changing a lot. And this goes for all price points. A comfortable bed is just the ticket to the game now. Guests want seamless digital check-ins. They want to see that a brand stands for something. And they expect experiences that feel like they were made just for them. So, how are hotels supposed to respond to all these new demands? Well, a lot of them are turning to technology. But as we're about to see, that's creating a whole new set of problems. When we say AI and hospitality, what are we really talking about? Well, mostly it's technology that handles the standardized routine stuff. Things like check-ins, scheduling staff, managing inventory. And believe me, this isn't some small niche thing. The market for this tech is expected to blow past $1.2 billion by 2026. And the benefits? They're pretty undeniable. I mean, just take a look at the return on investment for something as simple as a self-check-in kiosk. We're talking a 70% drop in how long it takes to check in, a 32% jump in guest satisfaction, and even an 18% increase in upsell revenue, probably because the kiosk never forgets to ask if you want that room upgrade. But, and you knew there was going to be a but, all this efficiency comes with a very real human cost. This quote from a recent study really shines a light on the other side of that coin. Employees are getting worried. They see these technologies not as tools to help them, but as their replacements. And that fear, it affects their work. So this creates a huge conflict. For management, AI is this incredible tool. But for a lot of employees, it feels like a direct threat. And that leads to burnout and really high turnover. The truth, of course, is probably somewhere in a tricky middle ground, where some jobs get automated and new ones are created around the technology. Okay, so let's pull all these different threads together. We've got the financial squeeze, this divided traveler, and the double-edged sword of technology. What is the actual forecast for the hotel industry in 2026? Well, hotel rates are expected to be pretty stable around the world, but with some very hot markets. Cities like Bangalore in India are projected to see a 6.4% price jump. Toronto's not far behind. Both are being fueled by a ton of corporate and tech travel. Meanwhile, the more established hubs like New York and London will probably see more modest increases. So, what are the big takeaways for 2026? Well, you should expect to see more hotels up for sale, but not because the market is booming. It's because owners are in financial trouble. The luxury and economy ends of the market will keep doing well, while those mid-scale hotels get squeezed from both sides. We'll also see a slowdown in new hotel construction and in international tourism coming to the US. To stand out in this really tough market, brands are having to move way beyond just offering a room. We're seeing the rise of this thing called resort core. Think hotels launching their own lines of merch, from bathrobes to tote bags, and curating these exclusive cultural events. They're not just selling you a stay anymore, they are selling you a lifestyle. And this leaves us with a final, really provocative thought. As this entire industry hits the reset button, the very definition of a hotel is changing. Is it just a place to sleep, or is it becoming an identity that you can try on for a weekend and maybe even take home with you? That is the billion-dollar question for 2026.